In the bone-chilling town of Coldwater, Wren Adler's lonely nights are shattered by packages that appear at 3 a.m. no sender. No delivery man, just relics from her darkest dreams. A shattered mirror, a burning key, a child's bloodied drawing. Each night, the nightmares claw into reality, twisting her home and mind. As Coldwater whispers of a cursed lake and Wren's buried past resurfaces, she races to unmask the phantom sender before her dreams drag her into oblivion. Dive into a pulse-pounding saga of terror, grief, and a truth that could rip her apart. Coldwater was a town entombed in ice, its ramshackle cottages and frostbitten streets strangled by a lake that never thawed. Wren Adler, 27, haunted a creaky cottage on Birch Lane, her days bleeding into canvases of chaotic color paintings that barely kept her afloat through online sales. With fierce green eyes and a heart locked tight, Wren craved solitude, her only solace a staticky radio and sketches strewn like ghosts across her floor. Her parents' death in a car crash at age 10 left her with jagged memories and a gnawing void. She'd fled Portland's chaos for Coldwater 3 years ago, chasing silence, but the town's stillness was a predator, watching. On the 3rd of November, 2025, a sharp thud woke Wren at 3 a.m. Her clock burned red, the cottage suffocatingly still, the wind outside a low scream. Barefoot, she crept to the porch, her breath a frozen cloud. A small cardboard box, sealed with black tape, sat unmarked, no address, no trace. The frost was untouched, no footprints, no tire tracks. Coldwater's streets were a void, its lights dead. Inside, Wren's fingers shook as she tore it open, revealing a cracked hand mirror, its silver frame carved with writhing ivy. Her heart seized. She'd seen this mirror in a nightmare a week ago, in a fog-choked room where a child's face, not hers, grinned, whispering, "Find me." That dream had clawed her awake. The room reeked of rot, the child's laughter pierced, and the mirror's weight crushed her hand. Now, clutching the real thing, Wren's blood roared. A sick joke? Madness. Her cheap security camera showed only static at 3:01 a.m., a gray scream. She told no OneNote, Mr. Ferris, the grizzled fisherman next door who left trout on her stoop, nor Ivy Cole, the sharp-tongued barista at Coldwater's Lone Cafe, her only friend. That night, the nightmare returned, vicious. The foggy room pulsed. The child's eyes, Wren's eyes, begged, "Find me." Wren woke. The mirror beside her bed, its crack splitting wider, like a wound. At 3 a.m. the next night, another thud. A new box held a silver key, its crescent moon bow glowing faintly, an object from a dream of a locked door in a forest. The key scalding her palm as a voice hissed, "Open it." Wren tried every lock in her cottage, nothing. The dream struck again, the forest denser, the door throbbing, the voice a snarl. Fear battled obsession. She confessed to Ivy, who smirked, "Some creeps obsessed with your art." The post office, run by dour Miss Harrow, had no records. Wren's camera caught only static. The packages were impossible, yet relentless, each item a chain linking her nightmares to reality. 3 more boxes came. A child's red shoe, scuffed and blood. Flecked, a dream of a playground. Laughter twisting to shrieks. A brass locket, cold as bone. A dream of a woman sobbing, her face hidden. And a torn map, edges charred. A dream of a ship sinking, water choking her. The dreams grew razor sharp. Swings creaked. Tears burned, waves crushed. Wren's paintings turned feral grays of fog, reds of blood. She locked the items away, but they moved. The shoe at her door, the key on her chest. Coldwater's silence was a noose, and Wren knew the packages weren't random. They saw her soul. November's ice tightened, and Wren's cottage became a tomb of dread. By mid-month, 10 more packages arrived. A glass vial of sand, a dream of a desert, skulls under dunes. A feather quill, ink-stained, a dream of a library ablaze. Screams in the smoke. A rusted compass, a dream of a frozen lake, ice splintering. A velvet ribbon, a dream of fog, hands strangling. A cracked bell, a dream of a church, shadows, slithering. A wax-sealed letter, a dream of a crypt, voices trapped. A bone hairpin, a dream of a grave, dirt choking. A copper coin, a dream of a market fire. Ash in her throat, a porcelain doll's hand, a dream of a manor collapsing, a girl screaming, and a crystal prism, a dream of a sky shattering, glass slicing. Each hit at 3 a.m., unseen, unmarked, and each nightmare clawed deeper, their worlds invading her reality. Her hallway shimmered with the foggy room's haze, her backyard trees loomed like the forest door. Wren's paintings became possessed ships, sank, flames roared, ice cracked. Sleep was a guillotiner, hands shook, her eyes hollowed. She scoured Coldwater, desperate. The playground from the shoe's dream stood abandoned, its swings groaning. No answers. Ivy, now a reluctant ally, dug through library records, finding a photo of the locket's woman Eleanor Adler, Wren's great-aunt, dead in 1972, a recluse who heard the dead. Wren's parents had whispered of Eleanor, a ghost in their family. Was this her curse? The items lived. The mirror's crack wept, the key burned, the locket snapped open, revealing 2 girls, one Wren's double. The nightmare child, sharper now, had Wren's face, pleading, "You forgot me." Wren woke to the red shoe on her porch, though bolted inside. Obsession consumed her. She sketched the nightmares, pinning them to her walls, a map of her unraveling sanity. Mr. Ferris, seeing her gaunt face, stood watch one night nothing, just the thud. The next box held a leather glove, a dream of a train wreck, screams in the dark. The nightmare was alive. Metal screeched, blood pooled, a girl wailed, "You left me!" Wren bared her fear to Ivy, showing the items. Ivy, ashen, unearthed a 1920s article, Coldwater's 3 a.m. curse, where gifts led to vanishings, tied to the lake. "It's not real," Wren growled, but terror gnawed. She rifled her parents' letters, finding Eleanor's scrawl. "The sender speaks through dreams, Wren. It's coming for you." The crash, near Coldwater's lake, clawed back Mira, her sister, a name Wren had buried. The child was Mira, her nightmares a summons. The radio, always humming, spat, static, snarling. "Mira." Wren's world tilted. The packages weren't gifts. They were a trap. December's frost locked Coldwater in a chokehold. Wren's cottage a battlefield. 15 more packages struck. A tin whistle. A dream of a drowned village, water in her lungs. A silk scarf. A dream of a vine, thorns piercing. A wooden pawn. A dream of a chessboard war, blood on marble. A jade ring. A dream of a tower crumbling, stones crushing. A brass music box. A dream of a carousel. A child's song. A child's drawing. Charred. A dream of a burning car, screams trapped. A silver spoon. A dream of a poisoned feast, shadows cackling. A broken watch. A dream of a clock frozen, time unraveling. A clay figurine. A dream of a bog, hands dragging. A lace veil. A dream of a funeral, faces blank. A iron nail. A dream of a bridge collapsing, water below. A pearl earring. A dream of a ship sinking, stars mocking. A charred ribbon. A dream of a house aflame. A child trapped. A glass eye. A dream of a seer, whispering doom. And an iron keychain. A dream of a chained gate, shadows lurking. Each fueled the nightmares, their worlds bleeding. The lake's ice moaned, the church's silence screamed. Wren's body betrayed her. Her hands quaked, her paintings dripped crimson. The child was Mira, her sister, 8 when she died in the 1998 crash with their parents. Each nightmare begged, "You promised, Wren." A memory slashed through. A late game. Wren vowing to save Mira, broken when their car plunged through ice. Guilt was a blade she'd lived. Mira hadn't. Ivy, now her anchor, found the crash report, confirming Mira's death, a truth Wren's mind had erased. Eleanor's diary, hidden in the library, hissed. The sender feeds on regret, lives in the lake. It took me, now you. The lake, a mile off, was the crash's grave. Wren's camera snared a shadow at 3 a.m. a blurred figure. Not human. Dropping the box, then dissolving. The music box's nightmare was a knife. The carousel spun. Mira's lullaby her parents' song cut deep. Wren woke, the box playing, though still. At the lake, ice gleaming, Mira's face shimmered, snarling. You left me. The child's drawing. A car in flames. Gutted Wren Mira's death. The radio roared, Mira's voice. Wren, end it. The lake. Wren's will hardened she'd face the sender. Her cottage twisted. Mirrors shattered. Doors led to the foggy room. Fog choked the air. Ivy begged restraint, but Mira's scream was a siren, pulling Wren to the abyss. January's darkness devoured Coldwater. The packages a siege. 10 more struck. A wooden flute. A dream of a haunted forest, notes bleeding. A velvet pouch. A dream of a cursed jewel, blood weeping. A bronze medallion. A dream of a war. Screams, eternal. A torn page. A dream of a book burning, words alive. A silver thimble. A dream of a seamstress, needles stabbing. A cracked lens. A dream of a telescope. Stars collapsing. A bone whistle. A dream of a storm. Voices howling. A rusted locket. A dream of a crypt. Hands clawing. A silver bell. A dream of a bell tower sinking. Mira ringing. And a blood-stained ribbon. A dream of a wound, Mira fading. Nightmares were reality. Wren walked the foggy room, opened the forest door in her yard. Coldwater turned hostile. Mr. Ferris saw demon lights by the lake. Miss Harrow hissed of curses. Reverend Vale, a fire-eyed pastor, railed against Satan's gifts, his flock trailing Wren. Ivy, fierce, found a 1940s journal by Amos Varn, Coldwater's founder. The lake's entity feeds on sorrow, sends relics to bind souls. The crash wasn't chance. The sender took Eleanor, her parents, now Wren. The radio screeched Mira's voice. Hurry! The bell's nightmare showed Mira in the lake, her hand on Wren's. Wren and Ivy scoured the lake's edge, finding the crash wreck. A vision hit. The crash. Wren out cold, Mira screaming, a shadow watching. The blood-stained ribbon's nightmare broke Wren Mira's voice, fading. She dove into the lake, ice-biting, and found a locked box in the wreck, the silver key clicking open. Inside, Mira's locket, their photo. The sender's voice, not Mira's, roared through the radio. You're mine! The cottage became a labyrinth. Doors opened to graves. Mirrors showed Mira's burning face. Ivy yanked Wren back, but the lake's ice split. a purple glow pulsing below, the sender's heart awake. Vale's mob circled, torches lit, chanting, "Burn her!" Wren clutched the locket, Mira's plea her only light in the sender's tightening noose. The lake was the sender's lair, its ice a frail cage. Wren, with ivy, armed herself with the items, their glow her shield. The final package was a child's glove, a dream of the crash, Mira's hand slipping. The nightmare was truth. Wren, 10, vowing to save Mira, failing as water swallowed them. Guilt was the sender's venom. Vale's mob stormed the cottage, screaming, "Witch!" Ivy barred the door, yelling, "Go, Wren!" The radio wailed Mira's voice. "Now!" Wren plunged into the lake, the items blazing in her bag. The water tore open, revealing a rift the sender's core, a purple void, Mira's form chained inside. The sender, a formless horror, roared, "You abandoned her! Join her!" Wren defied it, placing the item's mirror, key, shoe, locket around the rift, their light slashing the void. Visions surged. Eleanor, her parents, countless souls the sender devoured, all bound by regret. Ivy, on shore, fought the mob, her voice piercing the chaos. Wren set Mira's locket last, her vow reborn. "I'm here, Mira." The rift convulsed, the sender shrieking as Mira reached out, her smile a beacon. Wren surfaced, the lake silent. The items vanished. The mob froze, Vale stunned, Ivy sobbing. The cottage stilled, the radio dead, Mira's voice a whisper, "You saved me." Wren collapsed, the sender banished, Mira's soul free. The cost was brutal, her past flayed open, her heart bleeding, but Wren had kept her promise, shattering the sender's grip. Coldwater stirred under a rare dawn, the lake glinting like a mirror. Wren buried Mira's locket by the shore, a quiet shrine. Vale, humbled, preached peace. Miss Ferris rebuilt Wren's porch. Miss Harrow sealed the curse in folklore. Ivy and Wren, bound by fire, opened a studio. Wren's paintings now alive with hope blues of dawn, golds of memory. Coldwater softened, its scars fading. Wren's saga a whispered legend, 34 packages, 34 wounds healed. Wren painted Mira's smile, a final gift. A vision flickered Mira, radiant, fading into light. "You kept your promise." Wren climbed Birch Lane's hill, Ivy at her side, Coldwater breathing below. "You saved her," Ivy said. Wren's eyes gleamed. "She saved me." A sign graced the studio. "Nightmares speak answer them." Asterisk Wren's crucible proved that in terror's grip, a package forged in a nightmare's scream can mend a shattered past. Listen, honor the lost, and face the dark when it calls.